Best of 5 games. Love all. Please be seated in the back. Level.
Ali Farag, #1 in the world, gets his first semi-final of the men's championship underway. Coll in the white.
Down. Hand out, one love.
Yeah, for me here, Aisling, the big question is just how does Ali Farag back up after that monstrous encounter with Mohamed El Shorbagy in the quarters?
Yeah, and it was emotional. There'll be a little bit of an emotional outcome, fallout from that too. 2-love down in that one, and he came back through. And even going back further in this event,
2-love.
he had a tricky round 1 against Yusuf Solomon. He dropped the first game, and it was close in the second. And then when we move into the second round, El Tamimi dropped the second game there, very, very close again. So he hasn't had the smoothest run into the semi-finals. And the last thing I'll say on that is he hasn't looked super, super sharp in the first game in any of these matches.
No, that's absolutely correct, Aisling. He's been a little bit shaky to get things going, but he's found a way and he's found his rhythm as the game's gone on, but it's sometimes taken about a game and a half for him to really start running on all cylinders.
Down. And out, 1-2.
PJ was asking me, do I think Coll has enough? So I'm going to put that on you now, Chris. I think he's got enough to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Coll has enough to do it. I think it really comes down to belief and trusting that he's capable of playing just as well as he was playing a year or two ago when he was beating all these guys.
Stroke to Coll.
It's one of those, Aisling, where his
And out,
confidence
3-2.
has taken a knock for whatever reason, and he's in the process of rebuilding it back up. I must say, I do like this from Coll, though, using height on the front wall to get the ball into the back corners, slow things down.
Yes, let.
Doesn't like the movement.
I need you to do a better job of clearing there. Okay, you want to review? Player review Coll on the yes, let decision.
I think it was Joey and PJ who were commentating. They were looking at the little hip twist there of Coll. Said that he did it when he plays the ball to the front, but you see the left hip just turn slightly to the side wall, creating a little blockage for the opponent.
Yes,
Yeah,
let.
absolutely.
Decision
You
on
get the
Coll.
feeling
Coll
that he's
has
trying to
one review remaining.
just keep that firm base
Just hang
on the
on a
ball,
minute.
maybe a
Hang on.
fraction of a second too long.
Let's wait till everyone's seated. Three-two.
So he's used to the review there. It's a very early time to use it, 5th rally of the first game, but essentially players get two reviews for their first 4 games of the match, in that they can appeal a decision made by the referee and it will go to the video referee, who will then make a decision. After that, they get one more review should it go to a 5th game. They will get another review in the 5th game. So some players, Chris, really have a good strategy with reviews, and some are absolutely shocking. what would you give the 2 on the court? Marks out of 10, use of reviews. Let's start with Farag.
Well, I think Farag is probably an 8 out of 10. He's just so
8
clever.
out of 10.
Yeah, he's very clever in terms of just using them. He sees things very clearly. Doesn't get the judgment clouded, shall we say. Then if we go to Coll, I would maybe stick it right down there at a 3 out of 10.
What? A 3 out of 10?
Well, I think he just gets the testosterone running, and
Come on.
and he gets a little bit overly excited.
You're overly excited giving him 3 out of 10. I'm not going to be that harsh. Poor thing. Wow, Hannah Craig from Ireland. Fellow countryman loves that shot. Tina Gillis beside her.
Solid from Coll. You just look at that tee position. He's so steady on it. He's creating a lot of space. That drop is just so simple.
5-2.
He's going to take that ball in short if he's settled and if he's in control of his movement. But you see the minute someone sends him to the front of the court like that, that ball goes up. If he has to be defensive, he's quite happy playing that ball up in the air and buying time. He will not straight drop into the front of the court if he doesn't feel really, really confident about that shot. Up it goes again.
Out.
Wasn't a bad idea there. Just
And out.
misjudged the
3-5.
angle, Coll. Perfect from Farag there.
4-5.
It's a like night and day start to just again a little comparison between the last 3 matches that he's played to get to this point. The start from Farag in this match is much better. He looks more like himself. He's putting the ball into the corners. He looks engaged and present.
Oh, absolutely, Aisling. Farag looks much sharper. He also looks really relaxed. His hitting a lot smoother than it was in the earlier rounds.
Rod Martin.
And out 6-4.
Second match of the evening to coach. He'll be happy with that cross court. Just hit the targets and creates a nice, I wouldn't say comfortable, but a 2-point cushion nonetheless for Coll in the first game.
That's accurate from Farag. He's
And
just
out
staying in
5-6.
touch here, Farag. He's threatening to start really turning on the Jets. You see the tactic of Coll starting to take shape. Trying to use height on the front wall to slow things down and take Farag off the tee.
6-0.
And then the boast to spread the court, force Farag to move quickly into the front corners.
Yeslet. 6-0.
Certainly we just saw on the screen there the bloody knuckles of Coll. We've seen him fiddling with his hand in between rallies. It's certainly not going to stop play because it's not flowing blood, but it's one of those things, it's a slight distraction.
been much more like it. These two have such close contested matches. The last five setters that they've had have either ended in a 12-10 tiebreak or 11-9 in the fifth. Like, talk about going the distance. It's just the closeness, like, of their battles.
Yes, let. Yeah, okay.
So you got Paul Coll
6-all.
very, very happy to have a 20-minute first game. So kind of this leans into why they have such long matches. It's not short, sharp. It's prolonged and attritional. Oh dear.
Now Farag's just caught Paul Coll in the back of the calf there with his knee going through. Get it in super slow motion here. Ooh.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, okay, I can see
Yeah,
that.
that's always,
Yes, let.
that's always a little bit painful. It's one of those where
6-all.
just makes the
Yeah,
leg
I
go
can see your
numb.
point, yeah. 6-all. I'll be the one to manage that, yeah?
Couple of things happening here, right?
Left,
so there's
yes.
a dissent directive now that players are really being discouraged to have long, ongoing conversations with refs, which is why Paul Coll asked, was he allowed to talk to you? And from Farag, he wanted to get the point across of that Paul Coll was slightly standing on the ball with his left leg,
7-6.
so didn't quite clear a path after he hit the ball. Oh, I like it though.
It was a great
8-6.
movement there
Vicious
from
it
Paul
was.
Coll. It was great movement. It was just not executed to the level he needed it to be. Big error that one, Aisling, because it gives Farag a 2-point cushion.
Yeah, it does, but I wouldn't be too upset. Like, you know, like, I like the fact that that's where his head is at. He's looking to take up that pace.
To Farag. Your movement was just delayed a little bit there, Mr. Coll. 9-6.
Needs to be careful here, Paul Coll, because he's had some issues earlier in the event. Just getting penalized for being slow off balls.
This is vintage Farag. Look at those targets that he's hitting. Stay
Out.
It's a late call. A late
10-6,
call, and Farag
game
doesn't
ball.
like it. But
Left.
that loose arm of his
Left.
is he's really feeling that loose arm, and those targets are being hit with precision. He's now got 4 game balls to take the first.
No let.
Range perfect from Paul Coll there in that front corner.
And out, 7-10, game ball.
Very positive exchange from the New Zealander.
forehand, Paul Coll, around the middle of the court. Oh, you do not outfox Farag that
8-10
much.
game ball.
Couldn't quite, he had to wait, and he couldn't quite get the movement going again. Paul said 2 game balls here.
He's going game ball down. Paul Coll is just ever so slightly relaxed. It's made his shots just that little bit more effective.
Out. 11-8, game to Farag.
Glances
Farag
as that
leads,
ball
1 game to
sails
love.
above that yellow line. And Ali Farag takes the first game after an early little hiccup, but he looks so much better on court today. 17 minutes for that one. Under the 20, Ali Farag leads Paul Coll by 1 game to love.
Well, New Zealand's Paul Coll got off to a great start here in this semi-final. He looked sharp, he was motivated, he was using height to slow things down and get Ali Farag behind him. But Ali Farag stepped up the court and stepped up the pace, and Farag took control of that first game
11-8,
and
game
just
to Farag.
got Paul
Farag
Coll
leads, 1 game to love.
guessing and a little bit less comfortable, and Farag is looking like he's in really good shape here in this semi-final.
Play will resume in 60 seconds.
I mean, he's still perfecting what he's doing. Slightly more worrying in this corner. Graham Garwish asking, well, paying attention to the most important person in the room, let's face it, Farida Ali and Norris' daughter.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
Little glance, I don't know what that was about. Perhaps they're going up to the hotel. Hotel's about 2 minutes away by walk. Just looking super relaxed out there, Ali Farag.
Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
Second game about to get underway here. It's quite a large amount of errors, to put it bluntly, from Paul Coll.
Farag leads, 1 game to love. Love all.
Yeah, absolutely, Aisling. For me, that's the stat that really stands out. It's the error count from Paul Coll. He's given away 5 errors. That's almost half a game of 3 points for Ali Farag.
Yeah, it is. It was. I mean, a couple of them forced. Obviously forced errors. A bit of a difference when your opponent's making you make the error. Oh, that was a quick. Okay, so that's the winner from Paul Coll, and perfect timing for us to hear from his coach, Rod Martin.
Well, Rod, first game was close, about 6-all, and then Ali pulled away. What sort of happened in the second part of that?
No, I mean, it was a decent game up until that point. Ali then dominated the centre position, basically, the volleying of the game. So I think they're both fighting for that position. And I think whoever dominates that through the rest of the match will win. But Paul's, he's still feeling pretty good. So we just have to wait to make sure that he's not giving Ali that volley position.
What do you feel that Paul's been doing better this week throughout this tournament?
I think just the mental side of things, he's just sort of getting back on track, that he's got the belief that he can, he's worked hard, so he's ready to play at this level. He thinks he can win the tournaments, and, that's where he needs to be mentally.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicole. That was wonderful insight there from Rod Martin. I mean, I like the info that we got. We got something on the technical, and we got something on the importance of the mental side of this game.
Oh, absolutely, Aisling, and I think that's where this partnership with Rodney Martin is so helpful for Paul Coll. It just helps him with that mental aspect in these big matches. Obviously, Rodney Martin was right up there at the very highest level of this game in a very, very difficult generation. So he has helped give Paul Coll those tools to battle Ali Farag and Mustafa Asal right here at the top end of the men's
And
game.
out, 2-all.
Paul Coll needs to find a way to open up a bit of daylight between himself and Farag.
I didn't see anything wrong there.
Oh. Watch the figure, it pops up massively.
No, I didn't see anything wrong.
I mean, he was a really quick reaction from Paul Coll, and he is much closer to the action.
Nothing wrong, nothing
I
wrong.
don't know about that. Did it pop up?
3-2.
I was amazed at the crack. Ended like a gunshot going through that front wall.
Yeah, he really crunched that, Ali Farag, and it was a bit of a surprise because Farag's generally playing at a medium pace, hits the balls crisply, but he doesn't really crack them around, and that one he really wound up for and teed off on.
Pause from Farag, and then starts the compounding of the pressure again. That variation in timing when you hit the ball is unsettling to a rhythmical player. And Coll doing a little bit of the same here. That was really good, actually. He waited and waited and waited. Perfect.
And out,
Front
3-all.
row view. This is, again, what the commuters who come through Grand Central Terminal each day get to see for free, might I add. Front wall perspective. I love this view.
Yeah, I love the front wall, Aisling. I mean, you get to see the players moving right at you, especially with these top players in the world. You get to see just how powerful and dynamic those movements are.
Look at how loose Ali Farag is on the tee. Like, the racket's dangling by his side. I wouldn't recommend that to any junior, by the way, but he's allowed to do it because it's providing him with this looseness and then relaxed, yet really explosive when he needs to be, kind of style of play.
Very loose and relaxed Ali Farag, but it allows him to be so reactive and
out,
so quick.
4-3.
It was a pretty bad error there from Paul Coll. That was right in the bottom of the tin, and that kind of is starting to show some cracks in the armor of the New Zealander. Shows he's not that comfortable with the barrage of variety that Ali Farag is throwing at him.
Yes, quickly. Four, 3.
Oh, it's nice for Coll here. Good, nice bit of a touch into that front left. That was good rally put together from Paul Coll.
Lofted the ball up into the lights, Paul Coll. Just trying to slow things down here.
Everything, yeah, it's the only issue is everything. He is attacking, but you know, Farag's just getting in, doing a Farag job on it, neutralizing. So he is the attacker, Paul Coll, and he has to be. But will we see an error? I don't know.
Well, it's difficult because Ali Farag just absorbs everything so well. So you throw the pace at Ali Farag, he just absorbs it. You slow things down, and Farag's fine with playing slow and lofting it with you as well.
Oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. A little variation there from Paul Coll. Turn the shoulders into the back wall. And that both ran away from Farag. Now it's 1-1 all, that's 4-all. Big important point in this match. The way in which Paul Coll won that rally should give him some confidence. Ooh.
And out, 5-4.
Well, and for me, what was so dangerous about this was just how relaxed that motion was from Farag. The ball wasn't in a great area. He actually had to step back slightly for it, and he just slowly pressed it into that front corner very easily. So he's battling here, Coll.
Nicked in that one. Oh God, what a get from Coll. Did he stand on that ball a bit? Farag is having to work around him a bit. That's good.
All good, yeah, all good.
Great from the Kiwi. Nicking that sidewall meant that the movement of Farag goes to the left of him, but he's really, the ball was being drawn into the middle of the court. So tight though, so tight.
And out, 6-all.
Yeah, massive squeeze here from Farag, and it was an important one as well because Coll was starting to grab the game by the scruff of its neck. Starting to create some opportunities in the front corner, Paul Coll.
Ooh. And that you don't see often.
And out, 7-6. And out, 7-all.
Yeah, it's a big miss, this one from Paul Coll. He had this one in his sights. He just misjudged the angle, Aisling.
Going back to what Rod Martin said, controlling the volley, controlling the match. And we just have to keep an eye on who's doing that. Tied again. Oh!
Yes, let. Player, okay, all right, calm down. Player review, Farag. No, we saw it good. Player review, Farag on the yes, let decision. Yes, it was good.
So that first thing is that ball was good. Unclear as to what happened. Oh, just gave him a nudge.
Coll's just slightly tripped over the foot of Ali Farag there.
Yes, let decision upheld. Farag has 1 review remaining. 7-all.
I wasn't impeded to win a winning shot.
We felt you had just enough room to play it. Seven all.
So as close as you can get it in this first game. Now, obviously, Farag still has the edge. It's 1-0 up. This game is getting down to the business end. It's just a matter of who holds the tee. Shutout didn't quite work.
Coll's getting a better line of hitting into the back corners. The ball's starting to really run parallel to the side wall. It's forcing Farag farther back there.
That's that lift again and again and again. It must be so irritating to play against. So there's not much you can't generate a lot of power from up high above your head like that. You just have to wait for that ball to drop, to hit.
Stroke to Farag.
And again, after a lengthy rally,
8-7.
strategically pretty spot on by Farag. He gets 1 point ahead. 8-7 now in the second game.
Coll. It's getting Farag pinned. Just such a great example of the patience of Farag, just waiting for something loose from Coll.
9-7.
So much like a boa constrictor, Ali Farag. He just wraps himself around you slowly, and before you know it, you've had the air sucked out of you.
Nice guy, mind you, but you know, just has the boa constrictor vibe about him. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely lovely guy, just ruthless on the squash court.
And
10-7. Game ball.
my dear, is how you get a game ball in the second game. Semi-finals of the Tournament of Champions. Oh, you are kidding
11-7.
me.
Game to Farag. Farag leads 2 games to
That
love.
will do some mental damage to Paul Coll. 11-7. Wow. Wow, such a game, so close, right up until the 7-all mark. And then he pushed away. 16 minutes now for that one. 34 minutes in total. Farag leads Paul Coll by 2 games to love.
Well, an incredibly hard physical second game here between Paul Coll and Ali Farag. Paul Coll really pushed hard mentally, tried to get Ali Farag on the back burner, but Farag, ever so astute technically, just adjusted the technique, and once we got right down to the business end, Farag took charge of things, and then Farag finished the game off with an ace,
11-7.
and Paul Coll would be very disappointed with that finish.
Play will
Yeah,
resume
you'd be
in
absolutely
60
livid.
seconds.
I mean, you'd be delighted if you're Farag getting the old ace on game ball. He's got a few grazes on the knees there. Rod Martin is getting stuck in to remind his player what the strategy is. Let's say taking that volley, right, Chris? It has to take the volley.
No, he absolutely has to take the volley. He can't let the ball go to the back of the court and let Ali Farag have that central tee position.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
Big push for now for Coll. Can he do it? The 4 seed. Can he do it? Let's see. Let's watch this space. Farag, a few last hits for him to get the third game underway. It's only 2 errors. Actually, thought it was
Farag leads 2 games to love.
slightly more from Coll in that second game, but you know, 7 in total doesn't read well.
Well, I think the important thing there, Aisling, was it was better. It was only 2 errors in that second game,
true.
and that's reasonable. That 5-error first game was very costly, so I think it's going in the right direction from Coll. And the thing we know about Paul Coll is he's going to dig in. He's not going to let his shoulders drop, and he's not going to get frustrated that he's behind Ali Farag. He's going to feel like that second game was positive because he put work into the Egyptian's legs.
1 love.
It's just a matter if he can not only match him this game, but actually surpass him. Great coverage here from Ali Farag. He's done the hard yards to level the rally out, and now he's in a very menacing position. Yeah, there it is, Aisling.
He's shaking his head.
2 love.
I mean, I hope it's an amazement at what he's doing, because, again, that's really, really good strategic squash.
And out 1-2.
So we're going to throw down to Nicole, who's with Tina Gillis, who's a sister-in-law of Paul Coll.
Well, Tina, it's unfortunately not the best start for Paul so far, but he's been looking pretty good all week.
Paul? Yeah, I think he's been playing good squash, and I think he started the match really well. But against Ali, it's always it looks like he's always struggling a bit against him. It's to stay consistent, but yeah, hopefully he can turn it around at some point.
You've seen him play a number of times throughout the tournaments. When do you feel like he's playing at his best? What's he doing?
I don't know, when Paul is like very relaxed and calm, and he's like, when Rod is here at the tournament, I remember him saying, that was like when he just started training with Rod, he was like, every time Rod is here at a tournament and he coaches me, I've never won a match. And that was when he was like winning back-to-back matches. So I feel like when he's here in his corner and he has his team behind him and he's confident, then he can just play ridiculous squash. And yeah, I feel like I'm sure it will come back. I know he's had some tough couple of tournaments, but I'm pretty sure he's confident and everything will come back at some point. So.
Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the match.
Well, thanks, Nicole. That was equally interesting with the advantage of having Rod Martin in your court.
Good penetration there in the back corner from Farag. He's really gotten Coll pinned there. So there needs to be a big reaction here from Paul Coll, because if Farag's able to add to this lead, it could be lights out. Whoa, he didn't miss by much there.
It was an inch. It was an inch in it. Much like Hani Elamami earlier on, Joey was talking about how she hadn't beaten Sherbini 3-love. Now, she didn't beat 3-love, mind you. But the last time Ali Farag beat Paul Coll 3-love was the Egyptian Open 6 years ago, 2019. Long time.
Well, that just shows just how close they are. It's been a while, and it also shows just.
And out 5-3.
This was amazing from Ali Farag. He just got in there at an angle that was a little bit challenging for Paul Coll to read, completely wrong footing the Kiwi. Clever use, just changing the direction with the racket head as well. It really is on song here, Ali Farag. He's hitting the targets nicely, and he's floating around.
He's a completely different player to the last 3 rounds. Again, the squeezes in the back, the targets in the front.
6-3.
It all comes down to just his demeanor is relaxed. He's loping around. It's vintage Farag. Is that in? How did that stay in?
Stroke to Coll. And out 4-6.
Well, it could have been very easily 7-3. No, 6-4.
Does so well. He pushes the ball to all 4 corners of the court, and it just puts a lot of work into the legs of his opponent, and it also mentally never allows his opponent to settle into one pattern of play. Great little counter here from Farag. There's a reflective, almost half volley drop here. He just nudges it into the front corner. That's more like it from Coll. Stepping forward to meet the ball. Slicing it towards the neck. Staying in touch here, Coll.
Yeah, for the level of play, the level of Farag that we're seeing out here for Coll to be within shouting distance in this 3rd game is actually very, very impressive. Just every time that ball goes up, that rally resets. And off we go again. And you have to do the exact same thing. You have to attack again. You have to do everything again. It just takes its toll.
Out.
And you force stuff like that. Really what it
and
comes
out,
down to. You just force the issue a little bit. That racket face is a bit too open as it was on that one.
Just misjudged that angle, Farag. It was a little bit too casual.
And out 6-8.
Well, he's grinding here, Coll. He's trying to level this out.
That was a treat of an angle to get.
And out 9-6.
Look at this.
Well, the thing I love with that front corner camera as well, Aisling, is you see the racket head face. You see just how much spin is being generated on the ball.
Stroke. Clips sidewall. And that one gives Ali Farag
10-6
4
match
match balls to take his place as the first person into the final of the Tournament of Champions this year, 2025. And he do it first time. Oh, it's a let.
And out, 7-10, match ball.
No let. Not first time of asking then.
Now,
It's a 10.
11-7, match
It's
to
a 10.
Farag,
It's
3 games to
unfortunate
love.
for Paul Coll,
11-8,
but he
11-7,
did get to the
11-7.
semi-final here in the Tournament of Champions. And right now it's all about this gentleman. He is #1 in the world and he wants to hold on to that title. And he's doing exactly what he should be doing in order to do that. The first person in the finals of this platinum level tournament, the first one of 2025. Paul Coll wasn't quite at the races today, but Ali Farag certainly showed up, not like he had in the past 3 rounds. Different person today, different animal out there on court. And it was Will Carling is down courtside, and we're going to find out what Ali Farag has to say about that match.
Ali, congratulations. All week long, Paul has been saying that he wanted the opportunity to test himself against you. And part of it was not just like looking for revenge or anything, it's because he actually feels that you are one of the best people to play against. And I wanted to know whether you had heard those comments and whether that was part of why you played so well today.
I'd heard those comments for sure, and it's likewise, you know, you want to test yourself against the best, and Paul is definitely has cemented himself as one of the best over the past few seasons. You know, maybe he hasn't had the best of seasons to his standards this time around, but someone with his character, with his history, you know, he's going to come back stronger. He's trying to add things into his game to be more attacking. Sometimes it confuses you for a short period and then you boom out of it, you know. So I have no doubt that he's going to come out of it stronger. But yeah, for myself, I'm very happy with the way I played, especially in that second. It was tough rallies back and forth, and at 7-all, I ran away with the points, and that I'm very proud of.
Well, it's particularly impressive because 2 nights ago, we had one of the classic matches really in Tournament of Champions history when you played Mohamed Al-Sharbaghi. And really, I think, first of all, you guys played great, but it was also how you guys reacted after the match. Have you gotten any feedback from people about how much your reaction meant to them?
I have, and the most important message I got was from Mohamed himself later in the night, you know. We exchanged a couple of messages saying how much we enjoyed that match. It's probably one of the best, if not the best, we've ever played against each other, especially here at Grand Central Station, you know, in front of this amazing crowd. You know, this tournament plays host to so many great battles over the years, and it's no coincidence, really. This crowd, John McHugh, everyone here puts up the best show for us to participate and play at our very best. So thank you guys very, very much, and I look forward to coming back tomorrow.
Well, Ali, you may or may not know this, but because you won tonight, it guarantees that you will be ranked #1 still after this tournament, no matter what. Yep. So winning tonight was a big deal. Congratulations. We will see you in the finals here. 3-time champion, world #1, Ali Farag.
Official semi-final, 47 minutes. Ali Farag takes out Paul Coll by winning 3 games to love.
Well, an absolutely superb performance from Ali Farag there. He overturned a very determined Paul Coll for the first 2 games and really dominated him there in that 3rd game. He looked really, really sharp, Ali Farag, and he's definitely set himself up very nicely for the final.
Yeah, I mean, it was a stunning performance. Do you think now, moving on, and he's going into that final, will he be able to mentally back up what he did today?
Absolutely. I think he's built tremendous amount of confidence off of this, especially after overturning Mohamed El Shorbagy in that epic 5-game encounter.
Yeah, of course.
And then overturning Paul Coll here, 3 games to love. He's going to be feeling really good for tomorrow's final.
Yeah, I think that as you said, that Shorbagy match will go down in history. It was 3-2, and the sense of camaraderie and everything else was amazing after that match. Mentally quite tough too, emotionally draining for him, I'm sure.
No, massively, and it's one of those things that cuts 2 ways. It's going to be mentally draining, but you have to find a way to turn it into a positive and to get energy from that, because you've won that massive mental battle. You build confidence from that.
Well, Ali, that was an efficient 3 games, wasn't it, against Paul? You've gone the distance in the past, but that was much more comprehensive today.
Yeah, I thought the first he started off better. I was a little too passive, as Karim put it in the between games, and I agree with him. And then I found my way a little bit, and then the second was such a tough tussle tactically. You know, we tried to get in front of each other, in front of the tee, mixing up the paces, using height, attacking the front corners, and then from 7-all on, or 7-6 actually, he gave me a 10 on the volley that I was lucky about, and then from that point on I pushed, and I think the fact that I got the second, I could see him phasing away a little bit in the third, and I got 10s because of it, but thankfully I was able to close it out.
Do you feel like you've kind of started to figure out Paul Coll's game and his tactics against you now?
Not really. I mean, if you look at last year, we played, what, 5-6 times, all of them went to distance. As much as I figured them out, he has figured me out as well. So it's always a battle tactically rather than physically. Back in the day, maybe it was more physical, and it still is. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's just that we need to gain the smallest of advantages around the tee area to try and dictate our own paces, our own patterns, and that's always the battle with Paul. And I'm glad that I got on top. I got out on top today.
Congratulations. See you in the final tomorrow.
Halfway through men's semi-finals here at the JP Morgan Tournament of Champions. Coming up next is Diego Elias, the number 3 seed, taking on Mustafa Asal, the number 2 seed from Egypt.